The recent controversy surrounding UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer's family holiday in Madeira has sent shockwaves through public discourse, igniting a firestorm of outrage that shows no signs of dying down. Imagine this. You're standing in a massive queue, sweating under the relentless sun, holding onto your patience by a thread. You've been waiting for hours, alongside families and tourists from across the world, all eager for their turn on the famed Madeira toboggan ride. Then, out of nowhere, a sleek black car pulls up, and out steps the UK Prime Minister with his family, bypassing the entire queue like it's a mere formality. Within minutes, they're on the ride, leaving hundreds of waiting tourists stunned, fuming, and questioning the fairness of it all. This isn't just about skipping a queue. It's about what that act represents: entitlement, privilege, and the disconnect between those in power and the everyday people they're supposed to serve. The backlash has been swift and relentless, with social media erupting in outrage, tourists sharing first-hand accounts, and headlines painting a less than flattering picture of Starmer's actions. For many, this isn't just a holiday misstep, it's a reflection of deeper issues with leadership, accountability, and respect. The Madeira toboggan ride is one of the island's most popular tourist attractions. A thrilling descent through narrow streets, guided by expert sled drivers, it's an experience that draws visitors from across the globe. On this particular day, the queue was daunting, stretching back for hours. Families were doing their best to keep children entertained, couples chatted with strangers, and everyone shared the same sense of anticipation. But when Starmer's car pulled up, the atmosphere shifted. Witnesses described the scene as surreal, with some initially assuming it was a mistake. Surely, no one, not even the Prime Minister, would blatantly cut in front of such a long line. But when Starmer and his family boarded the ride without so much as an acknowledgement of the waiting crowd, disbelief turned into anger. The outrage wasn't confined to British tourists. Visitors from across Europe voiced their frustration, calling the move a blatant display of privilege. One tourist remarked, "We've been waiting here for hours, trying to keep our kids entertained. And then this happens? It's not just unfair, it's insulting." Another added, "I don't care who you are, a queue is a queue. If we're all expected to wait, so should they." The sentiment was echoed by many, particularly British tourists, for whom queuing isn't just a mundane reality but a cultural value, a symbol of fairness and respect. Starmer's actions struck a nerve, a direct violation of this deeply ingrained principle. For a Prime Minister, every action is under scrutiny, even on holiday. The public expects their leaders to embody the values they preach, even in seemingly trivial moments. Starmer's decision to skip the queue has sparked serious questions about his judgment and character. Was this just a momentary lapse, or does it reveal a deeper sense of entitlement? More importantly, what does it say about his understanding of fairness, a concept he often champions in his political rhetoric? Leadership isn't just about grand speeches or policies. It's about the small, everyday actions that demonstrate empathy, respect, and accountability. And in this case, Starmer failed spectacularly. As videos of the incident began circulating online, the story quickly gained traction. Social media exploded with debates, hashtags like #StarmerPrivilege and #QGate trending for days. Critics accused him of arrogance and hypocrisy, while a smaller group of defenders argued that security concerns might have necessitated the queue jump. But even this defense fell flat for many. Security protocols could have been managed discreetly, perhaps by arranging a private ride or visiting during off-peak hours. Instead, the decision to skip the queue in full view of waiting tourists sent a clear and damning message: the rules don't apply to me. Parents especially felt the sting of this moment. One mother, visibly upset, shared how she had to explain to her children why they were still waiting while someone else got special treatment. "It was heartbreaking," she said. "How do you teach your kids about fairness and patience when they see something like this? What kind of example does that set?" For many families, this wasn't just about the inconvenience. It was about the principle. And principles matter. This incident is more than just a PR nightmare for Starmer. It's a test of his leadership. The public's reaction has been overwhelmingly negative, and the longer he stays silent, the worse it gets. An apology might not erase the incident, but it would show humility and a willingness to take responsibility. Ignoring it, however, risks further alienating the public and cementing the perception of arrogance and disconnect. Leadership is about accountability, and right now, Starmer is failing to meet that standard. Moments like these are defining in politics. They reveal the true character of a leader, not in their carefully crafted speeches but in their unguarded actions. Starmer's decision to skip the queue in Madeira has left many questioning his authenticity and integrity. If he can't respect a queue, what else is he willing to bypass? Does he truly understand the struggles and values of the people he represents? These are the questions now swirling in the public consciousness, and they won't be easily dismissed. The fallout from this controversy is a stark reminder of the fragile nature of trust in leadership. It takes years to build but can be shattered in an instant. For Starmer, the road to redemption will require more than damage control. It will require genuine accountability, a recognition of his misstep, and a commitment to do better. Whether he chooses to rise to that challenge remains to be seen. But one thing is clear, the public is watching, and they won't forget.